I do all of my 3D printing from the basement. Unfortunately, the basement is the worst room in the house for things like moisture. And as we all know, since moisture and filament make terrible roommates, I've always been trying to find some way to keep it dry, especially in between prints. I've tried the Sunlu dryer, and that works fantastic while you're printing. Unfortunately, I tend to be a little lazy and keep my prints on the actual spool for way too long, like days. So I've been using dry boxes for years. My last set of dry boxes were big, bulky, and kind of unruly. They're really hard to kind of handle. So after doing a reorganization of my makerspace, I decided it was time to upgrade and downsize my dry box. I finally found something that I liked from Walmart that actually was a pretty small container, but yet still fits a full spool of filament. So let me show you what I got and see how it works out. I had actually printed everything ahead of time, so I had my holders already ready to go, and I'd cut the pipe to length. So when I went to dry fit this, it was fairly straightforward. I was able to kind of slide it in there, a little bit of a concave to it, so I was able to kind of just let it drop in there and kind of spin it to see where it adjusted. I want to make sure I get plenty of room on the bottom of that. I'm actually going to put a small little humidifier in there as well as the silicone. So once I had one side done, marked, I just flipped it over, made sure it was even, and then marked the other side, pull everything out, and then it was time to start moving on to the next phase. I should have went ahead and put some tape on that. What I ended up doing was drilling some really small pilot holes and then going back through with something a little bit bigger, and obviously then I got my bit stuck inside there, so I had to kind of readjust things. But after an initial fail, I was able to drill everything out. For the hardware, I'm actually using an M4, screws and nuts on that. It was a little tight getting in there, but it wasn't too bad. The nuts kind of held firmly the way the design was on the actual brackets themselves, so everything worked out really well with that. With the spool holder in place, it was time to get to the outfeeder. For this one, I went ahead and lined it up about where the filament was going to be coming out, and then went ahead and marked everything. And then just like before, really small pilot holes, and followed up by something a little bit bigger that the M4 screw would fit through. Once I had the holes drilled, I went ahead and took the hardware and kind of fitted them inside each one of the holes there where the screws are. And then once I had that, take everything out, and then it's time to fit on the back piece. The cutout and design for the nut was a little bit too big for the nut that I put in there, so I had to kind of hold it to get started. Then after that, everything locked in place good. The threads on my push to connect were a little bit bigger than what it was actually designed for here. So here I just get the X-Acto knife out, just kind of trimming up on the inside a little bit, making it a little bit more concave so that I can go ahead and get the thread started in there. And then I just used a wrench to kind of crank it down so it would fit in there snug. After pushing some filament through there and making sure that everything was clear, it was time to go ahead and assemble everything, drop in a short little PTFE tubing, and start filling everything up. I'll put a leak in for the desiccant that I bought here. I'm not sure if this humidifier is actually even available anymore, but if I can find it, I'll put that in there as well. I was actually going to cut out a hole and mount my hydrometer, but ran out of time, so I just dropped it in the side, and there as is. Maybe version 3.0 will get the hydrometer mounted inside there. Putting the PTFE tubing inside there, and everything's ready to go. It's time to feed everything through, seal it up, and give it a test. And here's the finished dry box with the side feeder for my Ender 3. And the top feeder for the Ender 5 Plus. As you can see that with the hydrometer in there and everything else, I'm getting about 19%